Yes, and it is surprising. Now, with the fact that we have the details, there is a certain level of concerted integration also which is happening. The source of all this, all the recruits, the cadre is largely South Punjab. Now, South Punjab, Muridke and all those regions is where Ajmal Amir Kasab also emerged. It was his home. That's also the bastion for the Lashkar. It's the Lashkar headquarters. So, you are getting cadre from there, but then you are using Jaish. And interestingly, they are now going beyond their sectarian rivalries. They are moving beyond the Barelvi, Deobandi and the Wahhabi groups, and they are all pooling in resources, Brigadier Vinod Dutta.
Yeah, Anand, you're right. Your observation is 100% correct. Now it is basically the southern part of Pakistan now, which is becoming a hinterland for these terrorist activities, or the recruitment is being done from them. The kind of modus operandi they are following is that they are going to various jails like Fort Lakhpat and various other places, from where they are, asking these criminals to, go across India, and they say that yes, we will provide some kind of financial help to your family, and what you have to do is you have to only facilitate in some kind of recruitment. Because the recruitment in the valley has drastically come down. If you take the figures of 216, 510 cadre were enrolled. 2017, it came down drastically by 126. And then in 2018, it was 218. So the cadre strength of all these tanzeems is dwindling very, very badly. Thirdly, you see, even these tanzeems, they have to, give their report card or the performance card to the Aka who are sitting in the Pakistan corridors. So what is to be watched is that now Al-Badr, you see, which has got headquarters in Manshera, is the tanzeem which has to be, kept under surveillance, because it has been seen that China has been funding these terrorist organizations, that you must create some kind of disturbance in India so that the instability or the peace in that area gets disturbed. So this Sino-Pak collusion, which is being, garnered by the terrorist activities or these kind of sabotage activities, has to be kept in mind, or they have to be kept in surveillance. Of course, if you see the civilian casualty or the stone pelting, ever since this, NIA had tightened the noose, the stone pelting cases have come down drastically. If you see, in 2019, there were 2,000 cases. But in 2020, 87% cases, they were reduced because there were no funds. The money was not coming. The moolah was not coming from the, from Pakistan.
Right.
So what we have to do is we have to firstly dry up all these sources of money which is coming. Secondly, the surveillance spectrum by the security forces and by army in particular has been tightened so much. Now the surveillance is being done through electronic means. It is being done by foot patrol. It is being done by conventional means. And people are being kept under watch. People are being kept under surveillances. Even their financial, accounts or the financial trajectory of their funds, it is being kept under a check, or it is being kept under observation. So if the money is drying down, so is the recruitment. So what we have to do is that we have to keep an eye and a surveillance activities on whether the camps are in Bahawalpur, Muridke, as you rightly brought out.
Yeah.
That is one spot which we have to keep it in mind, because in the northern parts, the passes will start getting closed, say by September or so. So they would try to pump in as many, terrorists or as many as sympathizers as they can. So what we have to do is that we also have to keep a watchful eyes on Muzaffarabad, Mirpur, Bhimber axis, because that is also, like you have already shown, and I can see, that is the area from where maximum infiltration is going to, come inside our boundaries.
Correct, because we see Shakargarh, we are just putting out the launch pads. We put out the launch pad coordinates on Friday. We got those inputs, and the point is that there was confirmation that Asgar was seen, Rauf Asgar was seen at Shakargarh. Shakargarh is the Jaish launch pad. So clearly, each of these sarkanas are now getting their individual areas which are their launch pads, like you talked about Al-Badr and Manshera and Bakh Zameen present there. Lashkar has its camps, and where the Lashkar presence in Muzaffarabad is there. They're also, but more importantly, earlier they used to compete with each other. Why for attention funds, and they're saying कि मैंने ये किया, मैंने वो किया, and they used to get designated jobs to be done. Siwach. But General Siwach, in this case now, is the ISI and the Pak army saying enough of these groups? You guys all come together. We will pool in resources. Now, is that also tweaking their strategy, just like they've tweaked their strategy to hybrid terrorism now?
Absolutely correct. Yes, Anand, there is no doubt. So 3-4 things stand out. One is the hybrid terrorism, which is now become more prevalent. When they realized it in Kashmir Valley, they have lost the game because there are hardly about 100 terrorists left, and the weapons are not coming, ammunition was not coming, and therefore they started with this hybrid warfare through drones, small weapon like pistol given to a innocent chap who is not been otherwise in a hit list, and he is creating a mayhem, and thereafter basically merging with the population. Now, what is the change of tactics what Pakistan had done? Is 3-4. One is that they are now trying their best before the winter set in this year. They must try to infiltrate about 400 to 500, Atankvadi. This Fidain also almost about 100 of them, and not only from Kashmir Valley, also from south of Pir Punjab, and that is they are making an effort.
Yes.
And second thing, what they have done, a coordination between Lashkar-e-Toba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Hizbul Mujahideen, Al-Badr, and all these groups have to now coordinate with each other, and ISI is taking care of that. So this is a great change which has happened. Otherwise, the coordination wasn't there. Third thing which they are doing is they are now trying to give lot of financial aid to those people who will now infiltrate. Their family will be taken care of, because they are feeling it that they are losing out Kashmir, game. The Kashmir agenda which they have settled for themselves internationally also, there is no taker. And within Kashmir, 100 terrorists, 125 terrorists are left. People are not, now in South Kashmir, you do not find that the youth is coming and getting radicalized. They don't want.
Right.
Second thing is that Hawala money is not coming. NIA is choked it. So there is a short of funds. There is short of youth which is being radicalized. Also, the people are not supporting. There are real-time input coming and very successful operation taking place. In this scenario, the Pakistan is feeling restless, helpless, and it want to create again a sort of insurgency back in Kashmir Valley. And that is why the new target has been set in, and they will now try to pump in all these launch pads which are there. They are full, and all the training area.
Right.
We have not really realized that the 10,000 Lashkar-e-Toba, Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists which were fighting in Afghanistan along with Taliban, they have all come. They are equipped with a modern weapon left behind by Americans. They are threat by themselves. So the point is, we need to now change the tactics. This, if you remember,
no, but General Sahab, there is